Our development held our annual yard sale, and I picked up this plain chest for $7. I removed the drawers and the hardware, and then filled all the holes with wood filler. I roughed the fronts of the drawers with sandpaper and also sanded down the wood filler. I wanted to have 3 false drawers per drawer, so I measured each drawer into 3 equal sections. I clamped a piece of wood to the drawer to use as a guide and routed a groove into the drawer. Then I painted the entire dresser using a flat white paint. I gave it 2 coats to ensure that none of the wood was showing through. I also decided to stain the top. I bought card catalog pulls and attached them to the fronts, using a template so that they would be centered on the drawer front. After everything was finished, I placed the drawers back into the dresser. This was the first time I ever used a router, and my grooves aren't perfect, but I really love the way it turned out. And every time someone comes into my home, they're amazed that this was once a plain old dresser. I hope this inspires you to create a piece of furniture that you've always wanted.
I've been using this IKEA RAS dresser for over a year, and it's time for a makeover. I started by sanding off the original pink paint. Using an orbit sander to speed things up, I sanded the entire dresser along with the drawer fronts. Next, to give the dresser a totally new look, I gave it a fresh coat of paint. Because the dresser was pink prior to painting it this almond color, I didn't need to use a base coat. But if your dresser is darker to begin with, be sure to either totally sand down your dresser to the raw wood or give it a coat of primer before going in with your new paint color. I went to Lowe's and picked up 10 packs of 12-inch paint stirrers, or what they call ruler sticks. I then measured my drawer fronts and marked off on the paint stick, avoiding the end with the curved edges. I took this over to my miter saw for one smooth cut. Of course, if you don't have a saw, you can always cut these by hand. After cutting 120 paint stirrers, I grabbed some nickels and wood glue and began securing them to the front of the drawers. I placed the first stick down, making sure it was even along both edges of the dresser, top, bottom, and also the side. Then, using 2 nickels as spacers, I repeated the process until the entire drawer was covered with the paint sticks. Because the paint stirrers are mass-produced, a few of them had the same grain. Because I decided to not paint over the paint sticks, I made sure to not put similar grains directly next to each other. I clamped down all of the sticks and let them dry for 24 hours before removing. After replacing the drawers into the dresser frame, I re-drilled the holes that were given on the original RAS dresser and replaced the handles with these fun new gold knobs. From pink and girly to neutral and natural, I am totally obsessed with how this dresser came out. It was such an easy project, and I loved it so much, I made 2.
Jamie's going to be doing some decoupage on these drawer faces. So I'm going to paint those white, and I'm going to paint this door white. When you don't want to get a bunch of overspray in your drawer, you just flip it over on the edge of the table here, and that keeps most of the paint, if not all of it, from going up in and getting overspray on the inside of your drawer where you don't necessarily want it.
All right, so now for the fun part, we've got our napkins. I know you're going to ask. I purchased them on Amazon. Most of the time, they are 3-ply. But these, I have used them a lot. They are only 2-ply. It's really important that you get all the extra plies off. So make sure whether it's 2 or 3-ply, if you don't get down to the bottom layer that's super see-through, you're not going to actually be gluing on the right part, and then it's going to look kind of funky. So I'm deciding how I'm going to lay these out, because I want to distress the edges. So if I lay them like this, I can actually get a whole drawer with 1 napkin. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to cut it right down the middle, and then I'm going to move this part over here. I'm going to cut that right there. So this is my liquid patina, and I'm applying it with a foam brush. You want to apply it liberally underneath, smooth as possible. All right, I'm going to make sure my seam is nice and like adhered. So now I'm doing the other side, and then you just want to make sure there's like no seam. It's even better to overlap. The next thing you're going to do is take more of the liquid patina, and you go right over the top. Okay, so I'm just going to peel this off of this side, and then when it dries, I will sand that and get rid of it completely. And then also once it dries, I'm going to do 1 more coat of liquid patina. Then I'll do all my sanding, and then I'll finish with another coat of liquid patina. And because liquid patina is also a sealer, there's no need to do like an additional top coat over that. By that point, you'll have 3 coats and you're gonna have more than enough to protect it. All right, so they're all dry. I'm just using 220 sandpaper on a block. You could use a 220 sanding block. This is just what we have. So when you're all done, it should feel smooth to the touch. It's gonna feel a little papery. And then everywhere where it was kind of raised, you've got this really cool crackle. All right, guys, it is all complete. Zeb, I think, did pretty good at his paint job there. And the napkins.
The napkins turned out cool.
This is a great dresser, right? But what good is a dresser if you have no use for it? I used 2 of the drawers for another project and then decided to make something useful with the rest of the dresser. I removed the top drawer runner by cutting it with a handsaw. Then I knocked the side pieces out with a hammer. The dresser was old and had some missing wood, which I filled with wood putty. I sanded the entire piece with fine grit sandpaper. And I wiped everything down with a damp cloth to remove the dust. The dresser sat too low, so I wanted to add legs. Using a leg top plate, I measured and cut pieces of 1 by 4 inch pine to size. I screwed the leg top plate to the pine, making sure that it was centered. I nailed those pieces in place, then screwed in the new legs, which were purchased at Lowe's. I used early American stain for the inside back of the dresser. The outside I painted with Valspar chalk paint. I did leave some of the wood unpainted, and those spots were stained. I wanted to add a shelf, so I measured the inside and cut a 3/4 inch piece of plywood to size. I wanted the shelf to sit flush, so I measured and cut out the notches. Once the shelf was sanded and painted, I applied wood glue to the bottom shelf runner and set the pieces in place. 1 piece of plywood wouldn't fit inside, so I cut the piece into 2. I nailed it in place, and then I applied wood putty to the center seam. I replaced the trim that I had cut off and then put in the lower drawer. And now I have a brand new bar, a useful piece of furniture. With a coat of wax and new knobs, this bar is ready for a party. I hope this inspires you to rethink throwing away furniture that you no longer use.